Welcome to a Legendarium special about the life of Vlad II Dracul, the father of Vlad the Impaler. In the comments section, let me know if you think the life of Vlad II could make a good book or movie. Families can be a place of safety, rest, and support during hard times. Equally, they can be places of danger, deceit, and division. The latter proved true for the man who would be remembered as Dracula, or Vlad the Impaler. His father, Vlad II of Wallachia, was one of several illegitimate sons born to Mercy the Old, a member of the House of Basarab, which ruled Wallachia since its founding. The Basarabs split between two of its branches, the dynasty and the Dracula lesti, over who should rule Wallachia. This question became even more complicated because both illegitimate and legitimate heirs could seek the throne. They did so through election by a council of boyars, or noblemen. This meant the average Wallachian prince ruled for only 2 or 3 years, and often more than once. Early in life, Vlad Dracul traveled to the court of Sigismund the Old, the Holy Roman Emperor. There he served as a hostage to ensure his father's good behavior. That did not stop Sigismund from providing him with a Renaissance education, though if Vlad's father annoyed the emperor, he would likely be beheaded. As a young man, Vlad joined the Order of the Dragon, a brotherhood of knights sworn to fight Turkish expansion into southern Europe. The insignia of the order included a golden medallion depicting a dragon hanging dead upon a cross. In short, the cross would prevail over evil. And by joining, Vlad became a Catholic in a series of elaborate ceremonies and adopted the name Dracul, meaning dragon. Despite this, Sigismund, the Holy Roman Emperor, threw his support behind one of Vlad Dracul's half-brothers, who became prince. It is important to note that Sigismund had a keen interest in who ruled Wallachia, since it lay on the border between the Holy Roman Empire and the fast-expanding Ottoman Empire. Despite his disappointment, Vlad Dracul returned to Wallachia and married Princess Sanasia of Moldavia. With her, he had 3 legitimate sons: Mircea in 1428, Vlad in 1431, and Radu in 1435. He also sired several illegitimate children, including one named Vlad the Monk, who became prince after everyone else died trying. During the winter of 1436 and 1437, Vlad Dracul learned that his half-brother ready to defect to the Ottoman Sultan. Sigismund provided him with enough money to hire a force of mercenaries, who then persuaded the boyars to make him the next prince at sword point. Vlad Dracul's job became much easier when his half-brother had the courtesy to die before he could be retired from politics and perhaps life. Nonetheless, Vlad Dracul took power in stormy times as Sultan Murad II conquered Serbia and Bulgaria, then ready to finish off the moribund East Roman Empire. At first, Vlad Dracul intended to be faithful to Emperor Sigismund and the Christian cause. However, when Emperor Sigismund retired from politics owing to a slight case of death, Vlad Dracul switched sides and allied with Murad II to keep the throne and his head. It is important to note that Vlad Dracul had a difficult position because he lay in between the Ottoman and Holy Roman Empires and had to keep at least one or maybe both happy. Of course, only a fool dare to trifle with a man like Sultan Murad II, who once executed his 13-year-old younger brother for treason. In 1438, Vlad Dracul joined Murad II on a campaign into Transylvania, during which much looting, burning, murdering, and other delightful things took place. Vlad Dracul made a token show of his oath as a member of the Order of the Dragon, and spared the Christian town of Sebes from burning and enslavement. The wind changed when a fellow Romanian and old-school crusader named John Hunyadi took command of Hungary, and Vlad Dracul chose to switch sides. This did not go unnoticed in the Ottoman court, and Murad II invited Vlad Dracul to his court to explain himself. He went, bringing his two younger sons Vlad and Radu with him. Ever hospitable, Murad II seized Vlad Dracul and bound him in chains, then sent Vlad and Radu to a distant mountain fortress deep in Asia Minor. After a year of being moved from one fortress to another, Vlad Dracul swore an oath of loyalty to the Sultan on a copy of both the Bible and the Quran. He also pledged to pay a tribute of 10,000 ducats and to send 500 Wallachian boys to be converted to Islam and trained as Janissary soldiers. As a further guarantee of loyalty, he left Vlad, aged 12, and Radu, barely 7 years old, as hostages. Though treated well, they also saw two young Christian boys blinded with red-hot pokers when their father annoyed the Sultan. If their father did the same, then the same would happen to them. Upon retaking the Wallachian throne from his eldest son Mircea, Vlad Dracul then switched sides again, knowing full well it could mean the deaths of his two youngest sons, and joined Hunyadi for a crusade against the Sultan. It did not go well, and Vlad Dracul, showing his usual flexible loyalty, desperately tried to resubmit to Murad II. A furious Hunyadi then threw his support behind rebel boyars who wanted a new prince named Vladislav the Pretender. Hunyadi-backed rebels chased down Mircea, Vlad Dracul's eldest son. They blinded him with red-hot pokers, dug a grave, and then buried the screaming and thrashing young man alive. By autumn 1447, Vlad Dracul himself fled Vladislav the Pretender through a marsh. Realizing he would not live long, he turned his sword and gold dragon medallion over to a trusted man and ordered him to give them to his son, Vlad. Soon after, Vlad Dracul breathed his last, yet the faithful retainer made his way to the Ottoman Empire, where he told the 17-year-old Vlad of his father's death. The youth stared at his father's sword and gold medallion, then swore to take an awesome revenge against those who destroyed his family. History would remember that young man as Vlad Dracula, Romanian for Son of the Dragon. That wraps things up for this episode of The Legendarium. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press like. If you want to see more, press subscribe. And if you've got anything to say, let me know in the comments section. Thanks again for joining me, and I hope that you have a great rest of the day.